Hey guys, I'm Emily Grace Kersey, and this video is how I booked Broadway. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Emily Grace Kersey, and I am a musical theater performer here in New York City. I made my Broadway debut in Cats, which we will talk all about today. I've also done lots of regional theater, I've done a couple national tours, and I recently founded Broadway Bound Initiative, which is a one-on-one mentorship program designed for dancers in New York City pursuing a career on Broadway. We talk all about how to get an agent, we set a vision for your career with a plan of reachable goals for how to get there. We talk about networking, which I also have a video on, so I will link that below. It's very tailored to you and your journey to Broadway. I'm also currently accepting new clients, so if this interests you at all, if you're a dancer in New York pursuing a career on Broadway, check out the link below for Broadway Bound Initiative to learn more about the mentorship program and to claim your free one-on-one session with me. Also below is a link to my Facebook group, Broadway Bound NYC Dancers. This group is to help connect dancers in New York just like you pursuing a career on Broadway. We provide access to resources, we provide support, we provide discussion topics, all that good stuff. If you're a dancer in New York City, you should join this group, link below. So here is my journey to Broadway with Cats the Musical. So I vividly remember finding out that Cats was coming back to Broadway. I had watched the VHS as a kid, I had seen the tour when I was like 9. I was really into the brown cat. I just really liked watching her. Oh my God, I did like a musical review with puppets for my 2nd grade class after I saw the tour. I was really weird. I was really weird. So I liked Cats, but it wasn't a show that I had given much thought about until I saw that it was coming back to Broadway for the 2016 revival. So I vividly remember being in my dressing room. I was doing a chorus line in Florida. Life was great. I was non-union. I saw the post on Playbill that the revival of Cats was having an ECC, and I saw that Andy Blankenbuehler was choreographing, which I had auditioned for Bandstand at Paper Mill, I guess in like 2015, and was obsessed with the movement, and I thought he was so cool. He ran the ECC, which I thought was really awesome. So I saw his name and I was really excited. So I immediately emailed my agent, couldn't get an appointment, I was non-union, Andy didn't know me. Go to the ECC, everyone and their mother, brother, sister, aunt and uncle were there. Because I was non-union, I had to sign the unofficial list, did that. I was in the first like 50 people and waited around. I think they took in the first 60 non-union women to audition, and that was it. And everyone else was sent home. So I was like, yes, I'm in. I'm gonna audition for this. It's gonna be great. I did. It was awesome. Never heard a thing. Great. So Cats opened on Broadway. I knew some people in it. So excited for them. I got my equity card that summer. Life moved on. That December, I saw Cats for my birthday. My boyfriend took me, and we went backstage because my friends were still in it. And I remember thinking during the Jellicle Ball, like, I just want to watch this all day. It was so exciting to watch. It was like gorgeous, beautiful. I'm a dancer, love dance shows, and this is just like the ultimate dance show. So come like January, February, after I saw the show, they were having another ECC. I went to it, felt really wonderful about how it went. You know those auditions where you're just like, you're not even thinking about anything else, you just are really into the movement that you're doing. So nerdy, but that's how I felt about that audition. I also vividly remember one particular girl there, and she was gorgeous, and they were watching her and they were pointing at her, talking about her the whole time. She ended up booking it as the White Cat, Claire Rathbun. But I just remember thinking, like, I'm watching this person book this job right now. Like, how incredible. Didn't get a call back after that ECC either. Totally cool. I was probably bummed at the time, but nothing that you don't get over in like a couple days. But time goes on, it's like June of 2017. I'd been unemployed for an entire year at this point. It was my first year as an equity performer. It takes time. I'd also parted ways with my agent because my contract had ended and it just didn't feel right to continue with them. So I was just going to ECCs on my own, no agency representation, and Katz was having another call. This was June. So I went to the ECC and I was like, I just want to be able to sing for them. I just want to get through this dance cut and be able to sing. Got through the dance cut, was asked to stay and sing, and I was like, yes, that's all I wanted. Sang that day. I sang Superboy and the Invisible Girl from Next to Normal, which is so not right for Katz at all. But I was like, well, I think this shows me off and I feel good singing it, so that's what I'm gonna sing, because I didn't know what to sing for Katz. I get an email that evening to come back in for the role of Cassandra, which was the brown cat that I was like so obsessed with when I was 9, which was really cool. Get an email to come back in the next day. I go back in, it's the invited call the next day. So it's a bunch of people from Broadway shows, people that I've just like seen on social media or in dance classes that I've always looked up to. We're all in this one room at 10 a.m., one group of women. So we danced the same combination that I had done the day before. We also learned a little bit of Rum Tum Tugger's dance number. We do those two and then they make a cut. Made it through. I was like, just get me through the next cut. That's literally all I was thinking about this entire time. Just get me through the next cut, get me through the next cut. So we sing next. We had been given sides, but as Cassandra, she doesn't really sing much on her own, so it's just the Moonlight sides, which is kind of high and like not where my voice sits. So I sang that. I sang Superboy and the Invisible Girl again. And the funny thing about this singing cut is that as we sang and came out of the room, they would tell us if we were gonna stay or if we were gonna leave / get cut. So you would watch every person before you go in, sing their song, come out of the room, wait for a minute while they're talking about you, and then casting comes out and says, please stay, or that's all we need to hear today, which is like terrifying. That's not usually how it happens, and just kind of upped the anxiety a little bit more. After I sang, they came out and said, we want you to stay. Sigh of relief. We learned 2 more dance combinations, including the Gumby tap solo. That was intense. Bless Lily Froelich for teaching that tap number, because we were all so stressed and frazzled by the end of that day. We were like, what is this? What is this choreography? The next day were final callbacks. There were maybe 8 women left, 8 to 10 women left, something very small, and like 6 guys left. We did everything for Andy Blankenbuehler, for Kristen Blodgett, for Lindsay Levine. Who else was there? Lily was there. Stakes were high. And I remember thinking while I was in that room, these are people that I have looked up to for so long, and I am just so thrilled to be in this room. And we did it, and we sang, and I sang Superboy and the Invisible Girl one last time, and it was over. So 1 week later, I hadn't heard anything, so I emailed Lindsay Levine, the casting director, because I didn't have an agent, so I had to do that all on my own. Emailed her and was like, hey, just checking in to see like where we're at. And she said, you're still in the mix, don't worry, I'll tell you more when I know more. So I was like, yes, that's amazing, fingers crossed. I was keeping in touch with all the other women who were in those final callbacks. We were like, have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? Nobody had heard anything. So then another week went by, so it's been 2 weeks, and I emailed Lindsay again, and I was like, and I said, hey, just checking in since I hadn't heard anything, have you found out more? Because it was just driving me crazy. I just needed to have an answer, whether it was no or maybe. I just wanted to know where they were at. And I was told that no, they didn't have a track open for me at this time, but that they would keep me in mind for future replacements. I was devastated. I found out while I was on the train. That's never a good time to find out news that you consider to be bad, so I was a little bit teary. I got over it and I moved on with my life. So a month later, I'm at the bar that I work at, and it's like a Sunday night, and I get an email from Lindsay Levine. And I open it and it says, "Can you start at Cats on Tuesday?" Like in 2 days. And she was like, if you have any questions, give me a call. I showed my friend and I stepped out of the kitchen and I called and I was like, yes, I'm free. Yes, I can start on Tuesday. What's happening? So she gave me all the information. She was like, we're not really sure what's happening, but you will have more information this week. At this point, I had gotten a new agent, so I let her know that. So then I was kind of out of the loop communication-wise for a bit because I wasn't the one that was going back and forth. And finally, by that Wednesday, I think I had an official offer for my Broadway debut in Cats. Literally 2 weeks later, I made my debut, and it was the most amazing experience. It was an absolute dream come true. I stayed with the show until it closed, so I was there from August 2017 through December. That's how I made it to Broadway. I hope this was fun information to learn about me. I always love finding out how others get to the points that they are in their career. I think it's just nice to know that you're not alone in that struggle. So I hope that this was helpful for anyone out there who hasn't worked in a year and feels like it's never gonna happen. It will, it absolutely will. Keep working, hang in there, and let me know if you have any questions. I made my literally 2 weeks later,